My wife secretly maxed out our credit cards and said, "You'll figure it out, you always do." I just nodded. What she didn't realize was that every card was opened solely in her name when the bank froze her accounts. Over $65,000 debt, she finally stopped smiling. I'm Jake, 32, and I've been married to my wife Emma for 6 years. We met in college, got married young, and for a while, things were good. Not perfect, but good enough. I work in IT security, pulling in about $95,000 a year. Emma worked part-time at a boutique until about 2 years ago when she decided she wanted to find herself and quit. I didn't love it, but I supported her. That was my first mistake. The spending started slowly. New clothes here, fancy dinners there, a weekend spa trip with her friends. I noticed our joint account was getting drained faster than usual, so I asked her about it one evening while we were watching TV. Emma, we need to talk about money. I'm seeing a lot of charges I don't recognize. She didn't even look up from her phone. I'm just treating myself a little. You're so uptight about everything. I'm not uptight. I'm concerned. We're supposed to be saving for a house. She finally turned to me, rolling her eyes. We'll figure it out. You always do. That phrase. You always do. It became her mantra for everything. Bills piling up? I'd figure it out. Car needs repairs? I'd figure it out. She wanted a vacation we couldn't afford? You guessed it. About 8 months ago, I started noticing credit card statements arriving at the house, except they weren't for cards I recognized. Capital One, Chase, American Express, Discover. I opened one out of curiosity, and my stomach dropped. $8,400 balance, in Emma's name only. I confronted her that night. Emma, what's this? I held up the statement. She barely glanced at it. Oh, I opened a few cards. We needed them for expenses. Expenses? This is $8,000 on one card. How many do you have? I don't know, like 4 or 5? Jake, why are you making such a big deal out of this? I'm building credit. Building credit? You're building debt. We can't afford this. She stood up, grabbed her purse, and headed for the door. I'm going to Sarah's. I can't deal with your negativity right now. That was when I started digging. I pulled my credit report first, paranoid she'd opened cards in my name. Nothing. Clean. Then I realized what she'd done. Every single card was in her name only. She'd used her own social security number, her own income claims, everything. I should have felt relieved, but instead, I felt sick, because I knew what was coming. Over the next few months, I watched silently as more statements arrived. I didn't pay them. I didn't even mention them. Emma would toss them on the counter unopened and say things like, "Ugh, credit card companies are so annoying with their spam." That's not spam, Emma. Those are bills. Whatever. I'll deal with it later. She never dealt with it. I kept our joint account with just enough for my half of rent and utilities. I opened a separate account she didn't know about and started funneling my paychecks there. When she asked why there was less money in our joint account, I told her I got my hours cut at work. She believed it without question because she'd never once looked at my pay stubs. Meanwhile, her spending got worse. She'd come home with shopping bags from Nordstrom, Sephora, designer handbag boutiques. She took her friends out for expensive brunches and posted it all over Instagram with hashtags like #living my best life and #treat yourself. Emma, where's this money coming from? I asked one Saturday afternoon as she unboxed a pair of $600 shoes. I have my ways, she said with a wink. Don't worry about it, babe. You focus on your little computer job and I'll handle the fun stuff. My little computer job. The job that was paying for our apartment, our groceries, our internet, our utilities. The job she constantly dismissed while she racked up charges on credit cards like Monopoly money. Update 1. 3 weeks ago, Emma came home in tears, actually crying. I'd never seen her cry over anything financial before. Jake, something's wrong with my credit cards. They're all declining. I looked up from my laptop. All of them? Yes. I tried to buy groceries and my card got declined. So I tried another one. Declined. I tried all of them. What's happening? I kept my voice neutral. Did you pay the bills? Her face went blank. I thought you were paying them. Why would I pay bills on cards I don't have access to, Emma? Because you always handle the money stuff. I handle our money stuff. Those cards are yours, in your name, your responsibility. She stared at me like I'd just spoken a foreign language. But I don't know how to deal with credit card companies. Then you probably shouldn't have opened 6 of them. Her tears dried up fast, replaced by anger. 6? I only opened 4. I count 6 different statements that come here monthly. Capital One, Chase, Discover, American Express, Citi, and Bank of America. She went pale. Oh, I forgot about a couple. The next few days were chaos. Emma spent hours on the phone with credit card companies, crying, begging for extensions, making promises she couldn't keep. I heard her tell one representative that her husband, me, would be calling to set up a payment plan. I never called. Then came the letter, certified mail. I signed for it and left it on the counter. Emma opened it that evening, and I watched her face go from confused to horrified. They're suing me? How can they sue me? I glanced at the letter. It was from a collections attorney representing Chase. They were seeking $14,200 plus legal fees and interest. That's what happens when you don't pay your debts, Emma. But I don't have $14,000. I know. Well, can't you help me? I closed my laptop and looked at her directly. No. What do you mean, no? Jake, I'm your wife. And those are your credit cards, your debt, your legal responsibility. I'm not co-signed on any of them. That's not the point. We're married. We're supposed to help each other. Like how you helped us save for a house? Or helped pay rent on time? Or helped with groceries while you were spending $65,000 on shoes and brunch? She actually gasped. How do you know it's $65,000? I can count, Emma. I've seen every statement that's come through this door for 8 months. Update 2. Last week, things escalated. Emma's bank account got frozen. She called me at work, screaming, "They froze my account. I can't access my money." What money, Emma? Your account's been overdrawn for 2 months. That's not the point. How am I supposed to live? The same way you've been living. Off my income. There was a long silence. Then she said something that made my blood run cold. I'm going to call my dad. He'll give me money, and then we're going to pay off these cards, and you're going to owe me a huge apology. Her dad. The guy who'd never worked a real job in his life and was currently between opportunities. The guy who'd borrowed $3,000 from us 2 years ago and never paid it back. That guy. Good luck with that, I said, and hung up. She did call her dad. I know because he called me that evening. Jake, my daughter tells me you're refusing to help her with some credit card debt. That's correct. That's not very husbandly of you. Neither is spending $65,000 without telling your spouse. He sputtered. 65? She said it was maybe 10,000. She lied. He hung up on me. 2 days later, Emma moved out. Just packed 2 suitcases and left. No big fight, no dramatic exit. She just said, "I'm staying with my mom until you come to your senses." I didn't stop her. Update 3. Yesterday, Emma's mom called me. Unlike her ex-husband, Emma's mom is actually reasonable. Jake, I need you to know I'm not calling to take sides. I just need to understand what's happening. I explained everything. The cards, the debt, the lies, the frozen accounts, the lawsuit. There was a long pause. Then, She told us you gambled away your savings and she had to use credit cards to keep you both afloat. I actually laughed. I've never gambled in my life. But I can send you bank statements if you want proof. Please do. I sent her screenshots of everything. My separate account with $32,000 saved. Our joint account showing my consistent deposits and Emma's massive withdrawals. Credit card statements in Emma's name only. She called back an hour later. Jake, I'm so sorry. We had no idea. She's your daughter. You have nothing to apologize for. What are you going to do? I'm filing for divorce. She didn't try to talk me out of it. She just said, I understand. Final update. The divorce papers were served 3 days ago. Emma called me immediately, hysterical. You're divorcing me over money? I'm divorcing you over lies, over disrespect, over financial abuse. The money is just evidence. Financial abuse? Are you serious right now? You spent $65,000, told me I'd figure it out, refused to work, and lied to your parents about why we're in this situation. Yes, Emma. Financial abuse. She hung up on me. My lawyer says the divorce should be straightforward since the debt is entirely in her name and we kept our finances mostly separate. I won't be liable for any of it. She'll have to deal with the collections, the lawsuits, the frozen accounts, all of it. Alone. Emma's living with her mom now. According to mutual friends, she's working at Target and still insists I'm the villain in this story. She's told people I trapped her with credit cards I convinced her to open. No one who knows me believes her. Her mom reached out last week to apologize again and told me Emma's finally starting to understand the gravity of what she did. Apparently, she had a complete breakdown when the second lawsuit arrived, and her mom sat her down and explained that consequences exist. I'm not happy about any of this. I loved Emma. I wanted our marriage to work. But somewhere along the way, she decided I was an ATM instead of a partner. And when the money ran out, so did her interest in fixing things. I'm okay now. My savings are intact. My credit is perfect. I'm moving into a smaller apartment next month and actually excited about it. For the first time in years, I feel like I can breathe. Edit 1. A lot of people are asking if I feel guilty. Honestly, number. I gave her 6 months to figure it out, to come clean, to make any effort at all. She didn't. She just kept spending and assuming I'd fix it. Edit 2. Someone asked if I ever loved her. Of course I did. But love doesn't mean being someone's financial doormat. I learned that the hard way. Edit 3. Yes, I know some people will think I should have helped her anyway, but help requires the other person to acknowledge they need it. Emma never did. She just expected endless bailouts with no accountability. That's not a partnership. That's parenthood, and I didn't sign up to be her father.